Alright, so from there, we're going to get into some Stardom. So I checked out Stardom Sendai Cinderella this week. Finally got a chance to really watch it with my friend Dame, who live streaming it on Twitch. If you go to twitch.tv/TylerSuplex, you can catch my live reactions to the show. But let me just say, this was a really good show. Like, I haven't watched the full-length Stardom show in a minute, and I enjoyed this show a lot. So starting from the top, we had the future Stardom Championship was on the line. Micah defended her title against Saya Ida. And oh my lord, both of these women improved so much. And more or less I would say Saya Ida improved because Micah was never bad. I just never find her very interesting. Like, as a character in the ring, I never found her interesting. But in this match, Saya Ida, she was going at her with everything she had. She had power moves. She didn't use just drop kicks anymore. I mean, she went at Micah, and Micah was throwing her down with judo throws and arm bars. And I don't want to go blow by blow, but this is a really good opener. I enjoyed this match a lot. Micah retained her championship against Saya Ida, as I expected. And at the end, Saya Ida put up her finger. She's like, one more time. And it's like her finger was like all bent up and shit. I hope she's okay, but like, really good opener. After that, we had a fatal 5-way match. We had Hanan versus Hina versus Riho. First time I've seen Riho since like February, I think. Versus Saya Kamatani versus Starlight Kid. This is also a really fun fatal 5-way. Just one of those like really fun, goofy fatal 5-ways where all the women are like doing these like really goofy spots where like they're doing like these this double like quadruple submission or something, or like it's just really fun. I mean, at times I can just like not care about it at all, but like I had an open mind going into this. So I enjoyed it. Hanan really was like the shining star of the match for me because I've only seen Hanan wrestle one time up until this point. One time. So this is my second time seeing her wrestle because she got injured, I think, in 2018, and she didn't wrestle for an entire year and a half. And I thought she was really good in this match. Of course, Hina improved as well. She's now an emo, so that's weird. Riho is great at what she does. Saya Kamatani, I've been touting this woman out for an entire year now, and I'm happy to see that people now have taken light to her. She's really improved as well. Starlight Kid, I could not wrap my head around this, but Starlight Kid has aged, guys. And not like she looks old, but she looks older. Like Starlight Kid, like you could tell, like in the body, in like her body form, like she looks a little bit I'm not calling her fat, but she looks fuller now. Like she doesn't look like a kid. She looks like a teenager now. In the face, even though she wears a mask, her facial features look like she's starting to become older. Like she just looks older now, and I could not wrap my head around this because for the longest time I've seen Starlight Kid, she always looked like a baby. She ended up winning this match though. Like I said, enjoyable match. Then we got into the next match. We had the Cosmic Angels, the team of Mina Shirakawa, first time I ever seen her wrestle, Tam Nakano, and Unagi Sayaka, first time I seen her wrestle too, versus Oedo Tai's Natsuka Tora, Rina, and Saki Kashima. Oh, my bad. Rina is the emo now. Hina's not an emo. Hina is just Hina. This is tolerable. This is alright. It wasn't anything special. Mina, she's good at what she does. A lot of features about her that I like, but she was really good. Unagi, she impressed me. She was really good as well. Tam Nakano's great. She's like my favorite wrestler in Stardom, so that didn't surprise me at all. Yeah, ended up winning the match. So Cosmic Angels, I'm hearing, and I saw it on the match card coming up, that the Cosmic Angels, Mina Shirakawa, Tam Nakano, Unagi Saika, whatever her name is, they're going to be facing Mayu Iwatani, Starlight Kid, and Hanan. And on the match card, it says the break of stars with a question mark. And I'm like, bro, if stars separates, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, we've seen a separation of TCS already. Why do we need to break up stars too? Like, can't they just be a sub-faction? Can't the Cosmic Angels be a sub-faction? Why do they need to break up? They're fine the way they are. I don't get this. I don't get it. But I guess this way the cookie crumbles in Stardom. Who knows? After this, we got the high-speed championship match. Azumi, the pimp daddy herself. Pimp mommy, I guess. The pimp daddy herself, the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots. Azumi wrestled of Death Yamasan, who's now under the gimmick Gokujin Yamasan, or Gokujin Death, I think is her name. She's basically a clown now, which I thought was really, really funny, because now she doesn't do the now she just smiles, and she has a nice smile. She has a nice smile. Not as good as Hanan or Risa Oshika, but she has a nice smile. This is actually a really fun match as well. Very high speed action you expect from Azumi. Gokujin actually hung in there. And I know Gokujin, she's not old, but she's definitely the oldest in Stardom. And she was, trading roll-ups, trading submissions with Azumi. They had some nice action in here. Azumi won the match. And yeah, that was all I really could say about that. Momo Watanabe faced off against Himeka. This was the weakest match on the show. And it wasn't bad. It just was slow and undynamic. It just really didn't do too much for me, honestly. Momo won the match with the Peach Sunrise on Himeka. So that was that. Then we got to the top 3 matches on the show. The SWA Undisputed Women's World Championship was on the line. B. Priestley defended her title against Shiori. This was also like a fairly good match. Probably the second weakest on the show. But like I said, once again, they weren't bad matches. They were just the weaker ones. Shiori is, like, I would say, one of the best wrestlers in Stardom. B. Priestley, she's fine. Like, B. Priestley on a good day is really good, but, like, on an ant day, she could be, like, tolerable in the ring. I thought the chemistry was just, like, very aggressively okay. And I was not focused on this match much at all. I was doing other things during this match. Like, that shows you how interested I was. Like, the Momo and Himeka match kind of lessened the vibe for me of the show, and I was just kind of like, what's going on here? What's going on this website? Oh, what's Twitter talking about? All this kind of stuff. But Shiori did end up defeating B. Priestley to become the new SWA Undisputed Women's World Champion. So good for Shiori. She's a champion now. That's all I ever wanted. Then the co-main event, the Wonder of Stardom Championship, was on the line as Julia went up against Konami. Konami just freshly off of her heel turn, turning on Jungle Kyona. I will never forgive Konami for doing that. I thought they were the best aunties in Stardom, but now they separated, and I don't know how to feel about Konami anymore. They had a really good match. Konami always has good matches. Like, Konami's just simply great at what she does. What I think is a really funny and even at the same time really sad storyline Stardom is running is that whenever Konami wrestles for this championship, she always loses. Because she did lose to Julia in this match. And I didn't like the way she lost either, because throughout this match, Konami was targeting Julia's arm. That was the targeting for Konami. She was destroying her arm with arm bars, sending her into the turnbuckle, all this type of stuff. And in this match, you're locked in the arm bar, which I think she calls like the Death Triangle. Not the, oh my god, not the Death Triangle. That's fucking AEW. The Triangle Lancer or something. And she had that locked in, and Julia gets out of it. Then she locks in an arm bar. And Julia counters this into her finishing move, which I didn't get at all, because Julia's finishing move is basically a what is it called? A cradle into a pile driver. It's a cradle pile driver. And you have to use your arm for a cradle move. So she's been attacking your arm the whole time, and now all of a sudden you have the strength to lift her up for a pile driver. I just didn't get this spot at all. I didn't get how she won the match with it. Outside of the finish, I thought it was a fine match. It was a good match. But then we got to the main event. Mayu Iwatani defending her World of Stardom Championship against Utami Hayashishida, the winner of the 5-Star League, the 5-Star Grand Prix. This was a great match. I thought this was probably the best match I've seen all weekend from these two women. I mean, Utami was in here, and I've seen her in some matches before. She's been in matches with Risa. I've seen her matches with a lot of women. And I've never really seen a great Utami match, but this was that. This was it. Utami, really good seller. She's also a really dynamic wrestler, a good powerhouse wrestler. You don't know Mayu is the best seller in Stardom. I mean, she could sell like you fucking died or something. Like, Mayu is just really, I hate repeating words, but Mayu is just fantastic. And I don't want to talk about what happened in this match. I recommend you go watch this match and see for yourself, because it was great. Utami Hayashishida did end up defeating Mayu Iwatani to become the new World of Stardom champion. It was a really surprising moment. Now, it wasn't surprising because I knew she won the match, but it's surprising in a sense that I didn't expect Utami to become the champion. Like, if you asked me before this match happened, was Utami going to beat Mayu? I would have told you no, she's not. I think it's going to be Momo who's going to defeat Mayu. But Utami beat her too, and I'm like, all right, well, good for Utami. She had a really good match, a great match with Mayu. Maybe she's going to be Stardom's new ace. I thought it would be Mayu, but maybe it's going to be Utami. And I spoke too soon because after the match, who comes out but Momo Watanabe? She comes out and she challenges Utami, which Utami basically calls, so subtly calls her a loser. And Momo says, listen, I'm happy for you, but I don't care about any of your accomplishments. I just want that championship match. And Utami basically says, all right, well, she didn't get a chance to because Julia and Shiori comes out because they want cracks to Utami too. Which I'm like, Julia, I understand you're the champion, but that's not how this works. Same for Shiori. Utami basically told them to fuck off. She's facing Momo. And Julia and Shiori said, okay, well, I guess we'll face each other then for both titles at the same show. So, at the Stardom Osaka Dream Show on December 20th, we'll be getting Utami Hayashishita versus Momo Watanabe for the World of Stardom Championship. And Julia versus Shiori for both the SWA Undisputed Women's World Championship and the Wonder of Stardom Championship. So that's going to be great as well. I'm looking forward to that. I've spoken about this twice already. I don't want to repeat myself again. Momo, in my opinion, is destined to be the ace of this promotion. Utami, she could be, but I never got the sense that they were going to position her as that. I mean, they've been pushing her for a while, but I never got the sense she was going to be the ace. But seeing that this is going to be her first defense, I don't know if it's smart to have Momo beat Utami right away. Like, she just won a title, and this is our first defense. If it's me, I would probably have Utami retain. I don't know what's going to happen, though. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm going to have to avoid spoilers as much as I can to really be surprised when the match happens. But that's probably won't happen. Probably won't happen, but I'll try. As far as Shiori and Julia goes, it's probably going to be Julia because they love Julia so much. But yeah, that was the Stardom Wrestle Cinderella show, the Sendai Cinderella show. I thought it was a great show. Well, you should definitely all check out if you have time and if you're subscribed to Stardom World.